At the beginning of the episode, we see that he is asking Director Xing that since you are from the maintenance department of Robot B, it will not be complicated for you to handle our software, Dr. Cloud. She asks him to let her try once. Now she writes some codes at Tedder inside her laptop and then installs them inside his computer so that his problem gets solved and the failure that happened in his system gets restored, seeing which the director praises her. Jason asks him, can you consider Becky one more time for phase 2? To which he tells her that those robots do the diagnosis well, but even after that, the patients have to go to the doctor again for a checkup. They say, which creates even more problems for us, hearing which, Sham says that if we help people in towns and such villages to test this robot, where there is no hospital or medical facility, then it can work. On which he says yes, then the thing also comes there. The director tells Leah that Xing has solved all the problems. Then Han says that Dr. Jiang's team will come soon and upgrade the system and solve the problems of all the boxes. She will solve it. Then when both of them are leaving from here, Xing tells him that the bug that came in the software today did not seem like an accident. When I saw the system failure at the patient's place, a man blamed their software. Han also blames the company and asks them to use better software, hence Jishan advises him to do further investigation on this matter, hearing which Han says thank you for today. Han gets a call from Ji Sin. He also tells him the same things and tells that someone has uploaded the photo of our system failure. Hearing this, he asks him to investigate the matter and Han again thanks Ji Sin. Yu speaks, then he asks her to go with him, saying that he will drop her but Gish refuses. Then Han says that you are doing this to avoid gossip, to which she says yes and gets a little worried. Seeing that she is sad, Han says that you should not worry about people's opinion, you do what you want to do without thinking about anyone. He says this and leaves. Just then, a grandmother comes to Jish, who is on his phone. She asks him to call her son because his dental checkup has been done, and his phone's battery was drained. Then Ji Sing gives her his phone, and after calling her son, she asks Ji Sing whether today he has solved the problem, to which she says yes. For this, Grand Massachusetts thanks her, saying that because of you, it was not a waste for me to come so far, and tells her that if you have time, then our shunt vehicle must come inside the fishing village, hearing which Ji Sing is very happy. After this, we see the scene in the office where Jane is telling Zhang Da that Ji Xing helped Han in debugging. Hearing this, Zhang says, how can she do something like this? If she creates more problems, then what would we do? She tells him that Xing is getting promoted very quickly and is becoming a threat to his position. So Chan says that he will help her in a good way. He goes away saying that he will teach her a lesson. Now he calls Ji Sin in his cabin and says that Dr. Cloud is now going to work with Bei, for which he has signed her up. Hearing this, she says that Ma is the head of the marketing department. There is no work, he tells her that this will give her a good chance to show her hard work to her superior, and now he will do it again after her promotion. Then she says that he had talked about promotion earlier also. He tells her, yes, I was going to do that, but after you created such a big scene, I couldn't do anything else, and mostly you won't even get promotion right now. Even the bonus of your project will also be reduced. Shan, after hearing this, says, I am a victim, so why do I have to bear all this? Are you telling the truth? Is it because of that party that I am not getting promotion, or I was never going to get promotion? Saying this, she tells him that she had heard all his talk, but he starts lying to her, saying, no, there is nothing like that. You must have heard it wrong. After hearing this, Jish gets angry and goes to Jank from there and asks him, if I am an engineer, then I should not go to the market. And why do you have to do the work of the maintenance department? She says, without giving any reaction, that this was given to her by her director, Chan. Why are you coming to me? She says, ever since I have come here, I am working on this project, but right now I have to do other work too. I also have a life, and my bonus is also being cancelled, but Jung tries to ignore it here and says that because Chan told Suki, that's why she is complaining about him by making excuses. You are very narrow-minded, but Jie Xing explains to her that there is nothing like that. Zhang shouts at her, saying, you are talented, but you should also think of the future. You will not find a company like ours anywhere which is supporting you for your dream. Hearing this, she goes away sad and goes to her desk and remembers all the things and becomes very sad. Then Chaina comes and sees her. He asks her to send the project file, but when she does not respond, he forbids her from getting angry here and says that if this project becomes successful, then both of them will get promotion because of these small things. Why are you quarreling with Zhang Di? It will not be good for your future. Hearing this, she mails a face-to-face proposal to Xingu, tells him to leave the job, throws her card, and leaves from there. Wei Han sees this, but she ignores him and goes straight away. Seeing this, Han understands that she has resigned, and because she had to get Sing to join Doctor, he asks him to send it directly to HR. Meanwhile, while walking on the way, Jiaxing is calling Yajian that she has left the job. She says that she will have to put the purchase of a flat on hold for some time. Then Yajian tells her it doesn't matter even if you leave the job. Your happiness matters more to me. He asks him to rest properly. Then Ajan's colleague comes and tells him that he can do this work after the seminar. But he says that he is going to Singang after the seminar, and after his colleague leaves, he takes out a diamond ring from his bag which he had bought to propose to Jiaxing, and she becomes very happy. Now the next day, Jixing was lying on the sofa. Seeing this, her roommate asks, "You have not gone for work yet?" Then she tells her that she has left the job. Hearing this, she asks with interest if Dijan knows about this. She confirms that he knows and has asked her to rest for now, so she is doing the same. At the same time, she receives a voice message from her brother-in-law, in which he tells her that he has accepted her proposal with some modifications and asks if she can come to see him. She quickly gets up and goes to meet him. They meet again inside the cafe, where he is very happy to know that Yuxing has resigned and asks her to be his partner in his 3D printing business again. Yuxing says that she needs time and doesn't want to do anything right now. He reminds her about their college days. At that moment, Jixing gets a call from the same grandmother she met in the hospital. The grandmother tells her that even after taking medicine, she still has a toothache and asks what she should do since the hospital is very far from their place. Should she take the medicine for some time or go to the hospital for a checkup? Jixing tells her that she cannot help with everything because she is not a doctor and advises her to go to the hospital. Grand Massachusetts says that since she solved her problem yesterday, she thought Jixing might be a doctor. She thanks her for helping and hangs up. Jixing then looks at her brother-in-law's proposal. Next, we see Jixing in her room with her men, where Lily tells her that one of her clients is looking for a software engineer in his company and asks if he can recommend her. She refuses and says that one of her juniors has asked her to work with him in a startup, and she is very inspired by him. Hearing this, they express concern about the financial requirements, but Jixing is excited and refuses to worry about it. At the same time, she gets a message from the office asking her to go on a business trip to Xinjia village because her resignation had not been processed yet, and no one else could go. Her friends start saying that the scenery of this village is very good, so they decide to go together. But Jixing was lost in thought. The next day, Han's assistant gives him a report with details about where the robots are going for testing. He sees that Jixing is going to the fishing village for the robots camping, so he decides to go there too, seeing which his assistant smiles. The next day, as soon as Jixing gets down from the bus and reaches inside the fishing village, she meets Hunting, who takes her luggage and says that he will take her to the location. While walking, he mentions that she has come to work even after resigning. She says that she had committed to doing good in her last days too. Han tells her that Dr. Jung is going to work in AI and Dr. Cloud. Hearing this, she presses him for more details. Han happily tells her to join his company Dang Yan and Dr. Jung. Jixing learns that they want her to join their team because she solved the debugging problem in the software. Xing tells him that according to her contract with the company, she cannot work on any such project at the moment. Han says that he will get all the contracts invalidated, so she doesn't need to worry, and she will get a better salary than her old job. But Jixing says that she is confused right now. He tells her to work proportionately, explaining that Dr. Jung does the same. He believes that if two stern people like them work together, they will definitely create something significant. He asks her to think about it. Later, Jixing is telling people in the village about her robot and asking them to get diagnosed. There, she meets the same grandma, who tells everyone that Jixing designed the robot. Grand Massachusetts says, "Okay, at least because of this. Now we will not have to go so far to the hospital." She had come here with a friend and told that she had a toothache. That lady also had a problem in her leg, due to which she was wearing that stick. Chan gets the diagnosis done by Xing. Chan tells the doctor everything about what needs to be done right now so that his dental problem gets cured. Meanwhile, Han is talking to the chief of the village, where the chief tells her that they will put this Dr. Claude to good use and thanks her. Meanwhile, when the lady was about to fall while getting up, Xing catches her, but she pushes Jixing away and says that she can walk herself and starts walking with the support of her stick. Seeing this, grandmother tells Jisin that her friend had an accident in his childhood, due to which his leg had to be amputated, and now he has to take the help of an artificial leg. But despite all this, she never takes help from anyone. Saying this, she leaves with her friend, whom Jisin was watching carefully while leaving. Then Na comes to her and asks her what she thinks. Ho says that she is happy that the robot she has created is helping people and gets back to work. Han, seeing her happy, starts reminiscing about the time in college and how he was at that time. She also wanted to help people through AI. After this, we see that the grandmother comes to the guest house where Ji-sin was staying with a wish for her and says that her friend has sent it for you. To help her, you keep them, otherwise she will become a bull. That's why she keeps them. Now here, Jish asks her about the other grandma, that she is also having a problem in walking. Then Grand Massachusetts tells that she is feeling uncomfortable because the artificial leg fitted to her is not of her size. She will have to get a customized artificial leg made, but it will cost a lot of money. That is why she has not got it fitted. Hearing this, Sin gets sad and says that our medical skills are getting better and who knows, soon they may find a solution to this thing. Hearing this, Grand Massachusetts says thank you to him and leaves from there. Xing is now near the seaside at night where Grand Massachusetts had told him about that lady. She was remembering him and she was also thinking about her brother-in-law's words as to what she should do at the moment. When he did not come there, he asked her what he was doing there and she said, "I can't sleep, so I have come to get some air." When Jai-sin asks him what he is doing there, he also gives her the same answer. Joshing now looks at the sky and starts saying how small this universe is for us. When he makes her feel, he says that there is no problem in being small. If we live a meaningful life and if we keep making small efforts, then we will make a lot of difference. Hearing this, Sing starts looking at him and asks him what he still remembers because all these lines were spoken by Ji Sing in his school speech. Then Han says that he also remembers how she was so happy after getting the trophy and remembers how after getting the trophy, at that time he was only looking at her. So Shink says that time was so good, we had an idea, we had ambition, we had everything, we just had to keep moving forward. Then Han tells her that when you come a little far, you forget yourself, but only the one who remains connected to his dream can do anything. Hearing this, Shan says that now she has decided that helping people was her original dream with healthcare, so she has to work hard for it. Saying that she has to go to work, she asks to go back to the guest house, and both of them leave. The next morning, Ji Xing boards a bus and leaves for her home, which he waves goodbye to with a smile. Then she gets a call from Shu. Joe asks him whether you have convinced Ji Xing to join us. On this, he says yes, that she will definitely join us. Saying this, he also leaves that village, but Ji Xing goes straight after returning from there. She goes to him and says that she will start a company with him, which he is very happy to hear. Then she gets an offer letter from Dang Yang Medical, seeing which she gets completely surprised. Here Han is playing basketball with Xiao, where he does not allow Xiao to make even a single basket, to which Xiao says that you have so much energy inside you because Xiao is going to work with you. Then he gets Xiao's call and he smiles and picks up his call, but his call while picking up her smile disappears because Ji Xing had refused to work with him and now she was about to start her own company. Seeing this, he hits Sean and says that you are with him to realize his original dream. Went back to that village and now she is starting her own company, but Han does not say anything and starts playing basketball again. Meanwhile, Joe is saying to Ji Xing that you have got this offer from Han's company and you are sure that you are rejecting him. Then San says that she has decided and both become happy. He asks her if she has told this to Yi Jiang. Then she says that he is coming back in a few days. I will tell him this right after meeting him and he will definitely support me. Now, as soon as she reached home, Izan was standing outside the house where both of them were very happy to see each other and right when asked by her. He tells that his work ended early so he came back. Now going into the house, Yi Cheng tells her that seeing you like this, I am relieved. I thought that you would be sad by now because of leaving the job, but she tells him that Yajin's smile disappears after hearing that she is starting a 3D printing startup. He tells her that starting a company is not so easy. I don't want you to take any decision in anger. Yajin says that I have thought carefully. Regarding this, Yi Cheng tells her that I will fully support you whatever be your decision and says that I am an orthopedic surgeon who has a bright future ahead of him, so I will definitely help you and also for the future of both of them. Now at night we see Ji Sing and her friends for whom Yi Chan was preparing dinner and there another friend of theirs also comes where Sing is in front of everyone. She says that I have just turned 28 and I can't delay it anymore. Hearing this, Yajan is about to take out the ring from her. She also looks at the shoes, but then Xing says that she is starting her own business. Hearing this man puts the ring back inside his pocket, and everyone gets surprised. His roommate says that I thought that you were going to announce your marriage, so Xing told her how he met that lady in the village. And she wants to help such people with the help of 3D printing. Hearing this, Yi-chan becomes a little sad and tells Shuji Ji-sin that if you invest all your time and money in the company, then you wanted to buy the flat. What about him? Lily also tells him that if you fail, then Jish says that no matter what the outcome is, I would like to try once. It is better to fail in my business than to die after doing a job. And this Jang looking at her, she says that if I become successful. Then Yi Jung tells her rightly that I will support you completely. Seeing this, Lily starts saying that you are very lucky that you got a boyfriend like Yi Jung, who supports you in everything. Then June gives him his card in which he had saved money for the down payment of the flat so that he can start his business, seeing which his friends start saying that we are very jealous of you. I wish we could also get such a boyfriend. Now after dinner, when this Chan was cleaning the utensils, Shusi comes there to help him. She asks him, are you really Xing? I think that Shin will have to travel a lot in all this, so Yi Jung says that if she wants to do it, she can do it, and if she fails, I will help her. Shuji says that means you too. It seems that she will fail. Yajin says that you know her temperament. If she doesn't try once, she won't settle down in life, so I want to let her do it. At the most, she will waste only a little money, right? Zhou Xin overhears everything and gets a little sad and keeps Yi Qing's card in the court. The next day, Han's secretary tells her in the office that Ji Sin is leaving with all the stuff from her office, so Han confronts her. He leaves his room to meet her. Meanwhile, Ji Sing also takes all her stuff and leaves from there after saying bye to her colleagues. As soon as she reaches the ground floor of the office, she gets a call from Iching asking about this. He asks why she returned his card. She says that her savings are enough to start a business, and if she ever needs it, she will ask him for money. Then, Yuzing tells her that he will be her strongest supporter and disconnects the phone, but looking at her face, it didn't look like she was happy at all. While Jashan went to the cafe to order her strawberries, Han came there and asked her, are you in a bad mood? Because whenever you eat strawberries, the same thing happens at that time. Now, when he asks her about her startup company, she tells him that she wants to do a 3D printing business and asks him to give some advice. He says that if he gives her advice, then she is starting a company, and if he gives any other advice, then she will be very arrogant. Then Ji Sing says, yes, I know I rejected your offer, but I really want to do business. Then Han says, yes, I am in that business. I have not come here for everyone. I have come here to see how you lose. Hearing this, Shan says, what is your problem? How do you know that I will fail? Then Han starts giving her reasons here as to why. She asks Shingo whether she could speak German fluently before going to Germany. She was there when she lived in that environment, only then she learned it. Saying, I will also learn it, she takes her things and leaves from there. Then Han gets a call from his assistant that Dr. Ingji Singh is asking when she will join their team. Han says, tell them that I will introduce someone else to their team, because he knew that now Ji Singh is not going to work with him at all. The next day, there will be a meeting with Xu Shan. He comes in front of the house and tells her that they will start their business here. Seeing that, she asks for the rent. He tells her that his father was the first to start the business here, so there is no need for them to pay rent. Now, like them, they will also start their business here, which makes her very happy. But as soon as they open the door, all the dust inside comes on them. There was a lot of stuff lying there, but she is happy. Then she gives him her savings card to start the company, but he refuses and says that his dad has given him some surprise which will keep him here. Now, as soon as he opens that letter, it was written in it that he is not giving him any money, nor will he take any of his calls. For now, he can offer this house to him, and he should start his business with this. When he is unable to do business, then he can come back to him for help in the work. Hearing this, he gets frustrated and starts shouting, where has my startup capital gone? Then Xing cuts him off so that they could start their business with this. But she was feeling very bad taking this money because it was the savings money for Ji Sing's house. So Ji Sing's told her that if she is feeling so bad, then she should work harder, for which he agrees. Now both of them together clean up properly, make their setup well there, and start thinking about how they will work well here, how they will have employees, etc. Then Joe takes her to the rooftop, which was very beautiful, where they could see big buildings directly in front. After this, we see Ji Sin at her house while she was working. He also tells her to take care of her health and starts reading a book while sitting at her table. Chang tells him how today, when she was at the top of the office, she thought that this is the place from where her dream will start, but this person doesn't say anything. So Xing asks him from behind if he would like to come there, but he refuses and says that he has his own star which he can see every day. The next day, Shu's assistant shows him the forum that Ji Xing had created for his Xing Chang company. Seeing this, he says that this girl really wants to bang her head on the wall. They bring him there and introduce him to Xing, then Xing starts explaining to him what he has to do. After which, she takes him to talk about investment with Joe. On the other hand, Joe was playing basketball alone. Sha comes and tells him that Ju Xing is going to the investor. I have also got his proposal, but Han says you also know how investors are, flashy but absolutely useless. Now, as Han is telling, Xing is also meeting investors in the same way. Some are asking for huge shares from them, and some are trying to steal their proposal. During these days, they are not able to find even a single suitable person who can invest money in their business. Shao asks Han if he will invest in his business, and Han says yes. But the next day, Ji Sin tries to take a loan from the bank, but because it was his startup, she can't even get a loan. Now she looks at her account balance and remembers Han saying that her startup capital won't last long. At the same time, Shu comes to tell her something. He says that he can't afford the printing machine right now. Shin gets a call from Han's assistant Song, telling her that Han wants to meet her tomorrow at 12, but she refuses. Shu hears this and tells her that they can meet him for the investment. After thinking a lot, she messages him that she will come to meet him tomorrow. The next day, both of them are sitting in Han's office, where Sue was noticing how big his office is. When he comes to her table, he sees their proposal in which he had written some comments about what is lacking in their business. Then Han comes there and says loudly, "I can't believe that you have our proposal." Then Han says, "You have my proposal printed like a leaflet. How could I have avoided it?" Hearing this, both of them calm down. She says to Shingo, "I read your comments on the proposal, which are very good." Then she tells him that they have talent but want investment right now. Han says that after showing PPT, you need investment. Do you think investors are angels? He tells him, "Why don't you do 3D printing here? We are going to establish its department here," and you people give him your proposal by saying that you will be in charge of it, but Xing does not accept that proposal. Joe picks it up and starts reading. Now here, Xing asks him what is the problem with them. Then Han tells them that they must have talent and funds, but the biggest problem is that they have neither sales nor channel. Even if they bring their product to the market, how will they sell it? She tells him everything and says that they will work together someday because they have been friends before. But he tells her directly that there is no friendship in business, they are either partners or enemies. This makes Xing polite. After hearing this, she says that it is their honor that they become his enemy. She says that you are so confident that you are successful. She says that even though you may be seeing a lot of problems in our company, we are gold and gold always shines. He says that you will find gold at every place in this city. Shan says that life has improved a lot, we will keep trying, and goes away with her proposal. Just like when these people come out of the company, Jess would be telling her what a good proposal he has given us that we can work in Njian. But Xing angrily explains to him that this was all his trick to manipulate us to join. And if we work under such a boss, then how will our life be? Hoagie throws away the comments that were made on her proposal and says that we just have to keep moving forward. But then she brings back that discarded proposal so that she can correct her mistakes. Here, Han's secretary tells her that you did so much for Xing, but she still rejects you. So Han happily says that she won't be able to hold on much longer, after which we see Duan in Xing's room, who was live streaming someone else's live. While competing with the streamer, a person named Mr. Lu comes and supports his opponent. Xing is also sitting in her room and noting down the problems by reading the comments carefully. On the other hand, we see Sha, who is drinking and is here with her. He tells her that I have never seen a girl like Xing who is spoiling your plans again and again. He asks her to invest in his company, hearing which she says yes. That no one can start his own company in this way. She has a lot of ideas and she also works well. But if she works in a company, then her abilities will increase even more. But in her own company, she only needs technical skills. No, there will be a lot of other problems to handle. Sha tells him that you like him, so invest in his company for love. On this, Han says that I will never invest in him because of love, and that too. Not only this, the next day we see the dead body parking his car inside an underground parking, but then Lily comes in his place and parks her car, which he just keeps watching while doing so. Now Lily is in the mall. This happens where a child comes and collides with her, due to which her purse falls down. Now when she was picking up her luggage, Shabi comes and helps her, where he sees a VIP card with her, and Lily also thanks him. Yu says this and goes away. Meanwhile, Xing, while decorating her office, tells Jisa that yes, after reading her comments, I have made a new proposal, where Jisa doubts herself and says what? Success says that the company is like this. It starts with finding one problem at a time and solving them. Then his friends Lily, Shuji, and Yuan come there, who had brought some goods etc. for their company, where Gigi just keeps looking at Lily because he likes it very much. Now all these people were making barbecue on the rooftop, where brother-in-law was helping Lily, whom Xing was also watching in this manner. Then Shoji said to all the people here that we should rest in peace. We should wait for Jane, but Sin tells that he is busy in some important work, so he will not be able to come. Hearing this, she becomes a little sad, and it was clear from her behavior that she definitely likes Jane. Meanwhile, Jeju and Lily were talking about the time she completed her college, where during the conversation he came to know that she was 3 years older than him, but it didn't matter to him. Then they started asking Xing about his investments. When they leave, she tells them about what type of investors they met. Meanwhile, Shoji starts saying that my mom has arranged a blind date and I am forced to go there because of my mom. And the boy is also going to bring someone with him, but after his insistence, Xing and Meng agree. The next day, we see the girl from the live stream, MS, Lu, who is playing a game on her phone when she comes to pick up Han. He comes. Actually, this boy is Hunting's uncle and tells Han that your mom has asked me to take you on a blind date. That is why I have come here, otherwise I would not have gone with you. Then Lu would have complained to her here that her mom always forces things on her. I have just graduated, yet she is sending me on a blind date. So Han asks her, have you prepared the proposal that you wanted to open your door to outside? Hearing this, he is very happy and says yes, that you agreed to it, and starts praising him a lot. But Han tells him that if you behave well on the blind date today, only then will I accept your proposal and will let you know that time. I have to run well, so he sits here quietly. After this, she comes with Xu Meng to the same hotel where the room was booked, where Lu and Han were already sitting. Where Lu was sitting in his when he introduces Yu and Han to these people, Shoji also introduces herself and tells that she has another friend coming who is stuck in traffic. Whereas as soon as she sees the man, she shouts at him. Hey, you are Star Lemon, the one who does live streams, she says. He starts laughing and responds, well, you have seen my live stream. While they were talking among themselves, Han received a call from someone. So he went outside to talk. Inside, they were discussing live streaming, where Meng remembered it was Mr. Lu from her live stream. Seeing him, she says, you are that rich idiot who was bullying me with that girl on the live stream. Then Lu says, that girl is too kind, she can't have an argument. Shuj tries to calm them down, and both of them get angry and remain silent. While Nashia was talking to him, he tells her that his cousin Ivan is also looking for people to invest in 3D printing in her name, which Han had already guessed. Sha also tells him that if he invests in any good company, it may be a problem for Hanai Technology. Then he tells Han that if he invests in any company, he should run that company, and disconnects the phone after saying this. Then Xing arrives and sees Han, thinking, why do I meet him everywhere? Han asks her if she has come here for lunch, and she says that she is an angel and has come to meet the investor, then starts going towards her room. Han was also following her. Now both of them are heading towards the same room, and Shan feels that he is following her. So she asks Han to go first. As soon as he goes and opens the door of the room, he realizes that his friend's blind date is also in the same room. She silently smiles and sits at the table where her friends tell Han about the situation of his company and the investors he is getting. Seeing all this, Xing tries to stop them, but they remain calm. There is no demand here, and she also mentions that one of the investors was very tricky. Hearing this, Xing laughs and starts hitting him. Then Han says, if you want anything, talk to me. Manga then asks both of them to do it on WeChat. Upon hearing this, Han quickly gives her his code to scan, so Shinko reluctantly has to add him on WeChat. After lunch, when they leave, Han smiles and says bye to Shinko, which Luby notices. In the car, Luby asks him if he likes Jishan, but he doesn't say anything and keeps smiling all the way. At home, Xing tells her friends that the trick the investor mentioned is a failure. During lunch, she signaled them multiple times not to talk about all this, but they were still talking about her. Seeing this, her friends apologize to her because they made her feel very embarrassed and say that in reality the investor was pretending to be tricky. Shoji then tells them that he is not going to meet Lu again because both of them are not made for each other. Hearing this, they both ask what kind of girl he likes. He tells them that he prefers someone gentle, peaceful, and living a very stable life. If she knows how to cook, that's even better. Hearing this, I say that he is a boy like Ajin, which makes her sad to hear. The next day, Jeju comes to the office and tells Sing that the investor was happy with the new proposal given yesterday, but due to the absence of any analog product, he did not give any reply. Hearing this, Sing tells his employees and brothers-in-law that they will have to work harder and make their analog product soon. Everyone agrees and starts working. In the afternoon, when food is brought for everyone, Xing is very happy to see it and asks her employee to distribute it. When she introduces them, Yi Chang tells them to work comfortably while eating so that they do not get disturbed. In the evening, he goes to the rooftop and talks about the dream that Sing had shared with him. He is happy remembering her, but then he gets sad and thinks, am I also included in her future plans after finishing the work? He was taking her back home in the car where he asked her, after 4 days we will meet again. It's the 4th anniversary, so where should we celebrate? But as soon as he looks at her, he sees that she has fallen asleep inside the car, and he becomes very sad that he has no time for her at all. When they reach home, Xing wakes up and asks him to take it easy and go to her house because she had more work to do there. Before leaving, she tells him, if you like opera, then we will go there for our 4th anniversary. She shows him the 2 tickets she has bought. He is happy to see this and says, I will come to pick you up. In the next scene, Mang is doing her live streaming in which Luby joins and mocks her. This makes her angry and she blocks him. The next day, Xing tells her employees that their analog product has been successfully completed. Her employee Shai tells her that they should test it. If they want to buy a printer, Xing says that the printer will arrive soon and now gives them 3 days off. Her brother-in-law gets sad and thinks about the printer, wondering what they should do now because they needed a lot of money to buy it. Then he gets the idea that they can rent the printer, and once they test their analog, it will make it easier for them to get investment. So they start contacting companies to rent both printers. And with this episode ends here. So guys, this was today's video, and I hope you liked it. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you again in the next episode of this drama. Till then, goodbye.